What if I told you that in the heart of Africa, a nation rich in culture, diversity and potential is being held back by the shackles of corruption? This is the story of Uganda, a country where the promise of prosperity is overshadowed by the grim reality of graft. In the unfolding narrative of Uganda's struggle with corruption, one can't ignore the audacious embezzlement of funds by politicians. Imagine, if you will, the irony of a government official elected by the people for the people, building mansions of marble and glass, while the very citizens they swore to serve navigate pothole-ridden roads and receive healthcare in under-equipped hospitals. Consider, for instance, the infamous case where members of parliament allegedly shared billions of shillings as the nation grappled with the fight against corruption. This isn't just a breach of trust, it's a stark reminder of the depth of the problem. Yet amidst this bleak landscape, hope springs eternal. Brave voices rise above the din of deception, rallying against the tide of corruption. One such voice belongs to Dr. Spire Sentongo, a human rights activist who tirelessly champions the cause of transparency and accountability. Another is that of Bobi Wine, a musician turned politician who uses his platform to spotlight the dire need for change. But the impact of corruption extends beyond the political arena. Look at Uganda's agricultural sector, the backbone of its economy. Farmers pour their sweat and blood into the land, only to watch of their labour devalued due to the underhand dealings of middlemen and corrupt officials. Now consider the education system in Uganda. The government schools are in a pitiful state, where the quality of education is often compromised. This, coupled with the high cost of private education, creates a huge divide in the society, leaving many children devoid of a proper education. Or take a moment to think about the countless graduates in Uganda, bright, full of ambition and ideas, who find themselves unemployed. Not for lack of skills or drive, but because opportunities are often doled out based on connections rather than competence. Yet the spirit of Uganda remains unbroken. The resilience of its people shines through, a beacon of hope in a sea of challenges. But this resilience must not be mistaken for acceptance. The fight against corruption is a fight for the soul of Uganda, a battle that demands the active participation of every citizen. So, what can you do? Stand up against corruption. Demand transparency from your leaders. Support activists like Dr. Spire Sentongo and Bobi Wine, who are working tirelessly to turn the tide of corruption. Remember, every voice counts, and together we can usher in a new era of prosperity for Uganda. The effects of corruption are also painfully evident in Uganda's healthcare sector. Government hospitals, meant to serve the public, are in dire straits. Many lack even the most basic facilities and equipment. In those that are better facilitated, a different crisis unfolds. Funds intended for public use are often embezzled by corrupt doctors, diverted to their private hospitals where the cost of care is inflated, putting it out of reach for the common Ugandan citizen. The struggle to afford quality healthcare is a grim reality for many in Uganda. This is not just a healthcare crisis, it's a moral crisis that calls for immediate action. The fight against corruption is not just about politics, it's about saving lives. In the end, the story of Uganda is not just about corruption. It's about the power of the people to rise above adversity and reclaim their nation's destiny. It's about the potential of a country that is waiting to be realized. And above all, it's about the enduring spirit of Uganda, a spirit that refuses to be silenced, a spirit that continues to shine brightly against the dark shadow of corruption.